I'm Kim Sullivan, and I'm a member of Dr. Watkins' turfgrass science team at the University of Minnesota as an outreach educator for water conservation. I was invited by the city of Andover and to talk about the different ways we can lower the input that lawns typically take. They're a very environmentally concerned community. So as long as they're getting the native trees as well today during tree time, we're talking with folks about their lawns and the different ways that they can actually conserve water and use less chemicals when they're putting their lawns in here in Andover. And so we talk a little bit about doing different kinds of irrigation monitoring to make sure that your irrigation is not running into onto the sidewalks or onto the driveways. And we talk about the fact that we also can watch the amount of time that we're irrigating lawns, where Andover has an every other day kind of a watering system. What we ask folks to do is not to water every other day, water a little bit longer on the days that you do water, because that way the water seeps in, it draws the roots down, and you're going to have roots that are a little bit more tolerant of drought situations. So watering less frequently than every other day, about an inch every 7 to 10 days is what we suggest. And then we're also talking about the different types of turf the university actually specializes in, and those are the low input types of turf. So we've got the fine fescues that we've been researching for years, and these take less mowing, they take less water, they take less fertilizer, very easy to take care of, and often people know this as the low to no input and no mow types of lawns. These tolerate shade very well. Then we also talk about the Kentucky bluegrass and the turf type tall fescue, which is really coming onto the scene strong right now because the turf type tall fescue has a much longer root. It looks very similar and fits in well with Kentucky bluegrass, but it allows people to use less fertilizer and to use less water as well. So if we can use less water and less fertilizer, we're helping the environment too. And that kind of a blend with Kentucky bluegrass and the turf type tall fescue is really very environmentally conscious. And then folks always want to know about the bee lawns. So we bring an example of that as well, just to let them know what it looks like when you've got other plants than just turf grass in your lawn and what that might look like. What's really important is this is a good time of year this next couple of weeks if folks are going to be seeding, because the soil is about the right temperature. It's going to be a little bit warm though, so we need to make sure and keep a little bit extra water on those seeds. Typically, fall is a very good time to do your seed because it's got a little bit longer to take root and cool off going into winter. We also are promoting a lot the dormant seeding that you actually do in November, where the soil is almost frozen, but you go in and you'll have cut the lawn very short and you put the seed down over that, and then over the winter you let the snow push the seed down onto the soil so you've got good seed soil contact, and come spring you'll actually have that all ready to go and start growing as soon as that soil starts warming up. A couple of the questions have been about crabgrass. We're just at the end in this area. We are just at the end of the time where you can put down crabgrass preventer and actually help it stop the crabgrass. Crabgrass is starting to germinate because of the temperature of the soil. So don't give up on that. What you need to watch this summer is make sure that the crabgrass isn't going to seed, and that you're treating any spot treating any broadleaf weeds that you might have throughout the summer. And then come this fall, you can actually go ahead and overplant where some of those weeds had been, and you can fill in those spots with real turfgrass at that point. So don't give up on, if you've missed that window for crabgrass, you still have time to take care of that and overseed in the fall.